Hello and welcome to TrekQuickie. Today we're going to be talking about starter ships, namely ships level 1 through 25. So let's get right into it then. When you start out the game, you're going to get the Rialta, and at the beginning of the game, it's kind of a not so great ship. It'll get you through, but you're going to get rid of it pretty fast. And we're also going to go pretty fast through these first 5 ships, because you're not going to have them very long. The ones you will have the longest are the Findra and the Turris, and you honestly shouldn't have them longer than a month. If you do, your progression should speed up a bit, because the game only gets slower as you go. The Rialta you will always want to have. You will always want to have one in reserve. It is a great ship because you can basically repair it for free and instantly, and it's good for defensive purposes. But where you guys are at the beginning of the game, it's a throwaway ship. The Orion Corvette is pretty bad. It'll last you, the 2 days, the day, however long you stay at that level until you get your Findra or your Turris. I'm not going to be talking about mining ships too much. Get every mining ship you can as you get them. The Findra and the Turris will last you a little while. You can make them go for a bit, but again, pretty soon you're going to get ships that will last you for many months. I know your inclination is going to be to get the jellyfish because you get the splash screen when you log in that says, "Hey, we have the new jellyfish. You should buy it." You cannot unlock it for free, save maybe some very rare events where you can get 25 shards during each event. But it's gonna be useless so quickly, and for 12 to 18, it's a good ship. It's a great ship for those levels, but you only have it for 6 levels, and it's totally 100% not worth it. The Tala is your first real battleship, and again, it's okay, but all of these ships, everything before the Envoy, you're not going to have very long, so I wouldn't focus on tiering them up or maxing them out or anything, because you're just honestly not going to have them very long. Envoys, again, not really going to talk about mining ships, but you're always going to have envoys throughout the entirety of the game, and you're always going to build them, max them out, and eventually scrap them. And we'll talk about scrapping in a different video, but it is highly important that you are always cycling envoys through. Which brings us to the Uss Franklin. Oh, this god-awful ship. You can get it for free through events. You can't grind the BPs for it, but you can get it through the events and certain event stores. You will 100% need a Franklin in the long run. In the short term, you can get away without having one, and you can use bigger explorers like the Bacchus to do your swarms, but you will eventually want a Franklin. Its only real purpose and use are the swarms, and you get a small Franklin swarm refinery that gives you resource tokens. The Botany Bay is a 100% free ship. You get it for free through mission quests. Once you unlock the Augment faction, once you build this, you unlock the Augment faction and are able to mine data, which allows you to buy stuff in the Augment faction store. This is a great early rating survey ship, because at tier 3 or 4, the Botany Bay has a bigger cargo hold than a maxed out envoy. So the Botany Bay is very good early game for rating, because a maxed out envoy's cargo, give or take, is 144,000 depending on research. In a Botany Bay, well, you can get up into 600,000-700,000 range with the Botany Bay maxed out, and the proper officers. So you will want the Botany Bay, and you will be wanting to use it frequently for raiding, for data mining. It's a good ship. Personal preference, I would skip the Kira altogether. Again, that's really just personal preference, but at level 20, it's not really worth it. We missed a ship, though. A very important ship, because I was not sorted by a shipyard level, so I apologize. So let's backtrack a little bit before the Kira and talk about the North Star. If you're going to make a purchase in your first 24 levels, it should be the North Star. It's $20, and this ship will last you until you are level 32. Think about that for a second. It is a level 18 ship, and it'll last you till 30 freaking 2. It may look like a survey ship. It is not a survey ship. It is a base cracker. It is a combat ship. It operates outside of the combat triangle, which is unfortunate, but you can get up into the 4, maybe even 500,000 power range with a North Star. That's why the Jellyfish is not a great ship, because by the time the Jellyfish runs its effectiveness and you get to the North Star, a Jellyfish maxed out is only around 125,000. And a North Star, a tier 4 North Star, for instance, is in the 200,000 to 300,000 power range. You're going to spend probably 50 bucks, maybe 100 on the Jellyfish, or you could just wait, 4 levels or 6 levels or whatever it is, and get the North Star a week after you get your Jellyfish. You could have just gotten your North Star for 20 bucks. It's a no-brainer, guys. Wait for the North Star. It has a very small cargo hold. It has virtually no protected cargo. But again, like I said, you shouldn't be using this as a dedicated miner like the Botany Bay or the Envoy or Fortunate. This is not that type of ship. It does have speed mining capabilities, which means you can mine really fast. It's very small cargo hold, and then run back to base and mine and run back and mine and run back. But it's pointless. Don't do it. It's a waste of time. So the North Star is a great ship, and it will take you on through for a very, very, very long time for very little investment. We already covered the Kira. Basically, build it, use it for a little bit, throw it away. The Discovery is god-awful. It's not even pretty looking. Like, it's a horrible ship. Its only redeeming qualities are that eventually, once you level it up and you get through the research, you can instantly teleport the ships to a system in its range, and then you can call other ships to the system. It's a cool feature, but it basically makes it a taxi. Because it's not a combat ship, it's not a good combat ship, it is not a mining ship, its events are frankly a joke. But the event is the only other thing that makes it worthwhile, is that you get access to more officer shards through the Discovery Refinery. But, like, is that really enough to go out and spend money on it? Nah. Wait on it, get it through events if you want it, and eventually you'll have it through events for free. It's nothing to rush out and just go grab, because it's not a great ship. Which brings us to the Vaklis. The Vaklis, on the other hand, is a great free ship. It puts the Discovery to shame. The Vaklis and the Kumari both are going to be your mainstays until you get a faction ship. But before we talk about that, we're gonna just talk about the Ferengi Devor. You can get the Ferengi Devor free to play. It's gonna take you an excruciatingly long amount of time, unless there are event stores from it, like a year plus, unless there are events for it. However, once you get it, and once you do the research for it, you will consistently be bringing in 300 or more Latinum, refined Latinum, per day. So it's not a lot, but every little bit of Latinum helps. And if you use the Ferengi Devor correctly, then you can save up your Latinum and start winning events with speed ups, etc. But I would not super focus on the Devore, because there is another ship that is coming up very shortly that you should focus on because it has vastly better benefits. Your choice of Kumari and Vaklis, whichever one you want to max tier, is going to depend completely on your faction ships that you're going to choose next. But we will talk about that in the next video. The last two ships on the list are the Meridian and the Vidar. Meridian is great for territory and getting ISO. It's a fair, normal miner. It can mine just about as fast as or a little faster than an Envoy, and not quite as fast as the Horizon. But its mining rate of isogen is insane. You can also get a refit for it, which will allow you to have extra box pulls in your territory refinery, which is great. Its primary resource is iso emulsion to upgrade. So it's a great miner, but that's all there really is to it. The last two ships, okay, I guess we'll go to 26. The last two ships that we're going to talk about are the Vidar and the Horizon. If you're only going to spend money once in this game, you buy the Vidar. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're going to spend money in this game only one time, buy the Vidar. These ships can get relatively large. They can get over 1 million power. But the key to the Vidar is that it gains you access to Borg space, and it also gives you the Borg refinery, which allows you to refine nanoprobes and use them to either upgrade the Vidar, change them out for active nanoprobes to upgrade your Borg officers. You also have the ability to swap nanoprobes for faction reputation and faction credits. It's just an awesome ship. If you're going to spend money on a ship, it should be the Vidar. If you're only going to do one, I cannot express how much this ship right here, the Vidar, is important to your gameplay, especially if you want to be efficient. And the last ship we'll talk about is the Ecs Horizon, which it's a beefed up envoy. That's all there is to it. It's just a really big, really fast mining envoy with a really big cargo hold. You can get to 1 million cargo capacity, and it's great, and it's going to make your base rating and your mining so much better. It's a free ship. You'll get it for free, and that's it. Like, it's just a good miner. So, thanks for coming to today's overly long TrekQuickie. I apologize for that, but ships are a big subject, and there's a lot to know. Make sure to like and subscribe, and come back tomorrow for the next TrekQuickie, where we will do the next set of ships. Thanks, and we'll see you out there.